I never thought one word could change everything. One word, yes. But when I said yes to 3 men, my entire world turned upside down. It wasn't planned. It wasn't innocent. And it wasn't something I could ever take back. 3 men, 3 different hearts, and one secret that could destroy me if anyone ever found out. Before I tell you how it happened, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. It helps this channel grow, and it means I can share more of these secrets with you. Because what you're about to hear is a story I've never told anyone. A story of temptation, of danger, of pleasure, and regret. And it all began the night I couldn't say no. My name is Alana, I'm 32 years old, and what I'm about to confess still feels unreal, even to me. It started on a night I almost didn't go out. I was tired of the same routine, the same silence, the same loneliness that seemed to follow me everywhere. A friend had invited me to a casual hangout, and for once, I said yes. I thought it would just be laughter, drinks, maybe a distraction from the emptiness inside me. That's when I met them. 3 men, friends, close, comfortable with one another, yet each so different it was impossible not to notice. The first was soft-spoken, with a gaze that felt like it could read the secrets I was trying to hide. The second was bold, quick with a smile that dared me to imagine what would happen if I let my guard down. The third was unpredictable, a wild card with energy that kept pulling me in closer, even when I knew I shouldn't. We talked, we laughed. The air around us thickened with something I couldn't name, but I felt it. They felt it too. That charged current between strangers who know they're standing too close, lingering too long, crossing invisible lines. And then it happened. One glance became a touch, one touch became an invitation, and against every piece of logic I thought I had left, I let it unfold. I didn't choose just one. I said yes. To all 3. That single night changed everything. What began as a simple hangout turned into the kind of secret that keeps me awake at night, reliving every moment, torn between shame and the haunting thrill of it all. The music was soft that night, just enough to blur the silence between words. I remember the clinking of glasses, the low laughter, the glow of lights against the walls. It should have felt ordinary, but it didn't. The first man sat across from me, his eyes steady on mine, holding me in place without saying a word. He didn't have to. His silence said enough. It was the kind of gaze that made my skin warm, the kind that dared me to look away first. I didn't. The second leaned closer, his voice louder, brighter, filling the space with his energy. He teased me, asked bold questions no one else would dare to ask. Each word of his was a push, daring me to lean further, to admit things I'd never spoken aloud. And part of me wanted to answer every single one. Then there was the third. He was different. He moved easily between us all, quick to laugh, quick to touch my arm as though he had always known me. But it wasn't careless. His touch lingered, just long enough to make me wonder if he knew what it was doing to me. The hours slipped away, and with each passing moment, I felt something shift. The laughter slowed, the looks grew heavier, and in the quiet breaks between conversations, something unspoken was building. 3 pairs of eyes on me, 3 energies circling me like fire. I should have been afraid. I should have pulled back, ended the night before it went too far. But instead, I leaned in. One of them brushed my hand. The other traced his gaze down my neck. The third whispered something that made my breath catch, and in that charged, reckless moment, I knew exactly what they wanted, and I knew I was going to let it happen. I said yes, not with words at first, but with the way I stayed, the way I looked back at them, the way I let the silence answer the question we all felt hanging in the air. That yes unlocked something. It was no longer just a hangout. It was a choice, a dangerous, intoxicating choice I couldn't take back. The moment I gave in, they surrounded me. Their presence closed in like heat, like fire, and I felt myself caught in the center of it, trembling but unable to resist. They touched me carefully at first, as though testing the boundaries I had already shattered by saying yes. Fingers traced the lines of my arms, brushing fabric away piece by piece. Every layer they removed felt like a layer of control slipping from my hands. My clothes loosened, falling away, not all at once, but slowly. They were deliberate, savoring every inch of bare skin they uncovered, as if each moment of exposure deepened the spell we were under. The sound of fabric sliding, the press of hands against skin, the weight of their eyes devouring me. It was almost too much to hold. They moved in rhythm with one another, unspoken, as if bound by the same hunger that had pulled me into this moment. I wasn't just with one man. I was with them, all of them, their energy wrapping around me until I couldn't tell where one ended and the other began. I felt myself unraveling. Every breath, every touch, every brush of their bodies against mine tore away the loneliness I had carried for so long. I wasn't empty anymore. I wasn't invisible. I was theirs. And as the last of my clothes slipped to the floor, I stood bare before them, not just in body, but in every hidden part of myself I had buried away. They saw me, they wanted me, and I let them have me. It was reckless, it was forbidden, but in that moment it was everything I had been starving for. When it was over, silence filled the room. Not the kind of silence that begs to be broken, but the kind that hums in your chest, reminding you that what just happened was real. They lay beside me, their laughter gone, their breathing still heavy, their warmth pressed into my skin. I should have felt guilt, maybe even fear. But instead I felt something else, a strange, dangerous calm. I thought the hunger would disappear once it was satisfied. But it didn't. If anything, it grew sharper. Because now I knew what it felt like to be wanted like that, to be touched, seen, and consumed by 3 men at once. As the night faded, I couldn't help but wonder what would come next. Would they regret it? Would they tell someone? Would their friendship survive the secret we had just created? And what about me? Could I go back to my quiet, empty life after tasting something so forbidden, so intoxicating, so impossible to forget? I don't have the answers. Even now, I can't decide if I made a mistake, or if I discovered a side of myself that had been waiting to be set free. All I know is this: one word, yes, changed everything. And if you were in my place, would you have said yes too? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know, what would you have done?